am Crystal with Hattis Daughter. I am your tarot reader, and welcome to your November general reading. Last month you all seemed to really respond well to the extra pulls from my other decks, and I'm going to continue to do that. I loved it as well for us as a collective. And the first card I pulled is that from our Chakra deck. I encourage you to focus on this chakra for the month of November, and you and I, Cancer, we're going to focus on this chakra as well during this reading. This is a really good reading for you Sun, Moon, and Ascending signs. And the card that I got for you from my chakra deck is that of Spiritual Awakening. This represents the white crown chakra. It's right at your crown. You want to focus a bright light there. And what does this do? This helps you connect to source. This helps you connect to spirit. Not only does it assist you in that awakening, it's almost like it gives you the rite of passage into spirit. Because see, with the spiritual awakening is that of feeling love more deeply, compassion more deeply, which brings you closer to spirit. And if you look at the numbers there, my Cancer, it's 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. We know that that is the angel number, so perhaps you're seeing 11s when you look at the clock consistently, or 101, but ones have a really specific energy source towards you that you're going to start noticing if you haven't already. So let's focus on that white crown chakra. Let's get closer to spirit, closer to source, and closer to our awakening. Now, with that being said, I pre-shuffle and pre-pull all of your cards, and I focus on them and I meditate on them before I turn on the camera. And I can see here that there's definitely an awakening. So let's start with the center of your reading, and it's that of the 9 of Swords. Now, this energy that I'm getting here is a self-infliction of, I am not going to participate, I am not going to be involved, I will not. But it's something that is self-inflicted, and Spirit is asking you to remove that bandage from around your eyes, from around your body, and you will see how easily those swords, those anxieties, those worries, or just plumb those things you just don't want to do because you just don't have the energy to do them. But if you just get a bit closer to source and you call on that energy, you'll find that pulling out those swords won't take as much effort as you think. Now let's move on to your moon energy. And your moon energy is where your emotions are. This is where we have conversations with spirit and source. This is where we manifest. And you've been manifesting something, because I see here the 9 of Cups for you, my dear Cancer. And it's all about a wish fulfillment that comes true through manifestation, picking up on those cues that spirit puts in your path and you taking advantage of it, and they start coming true. And there we have the Ace of Pentacles, more good news. And then we have that of the Tower. Now, when I read that in a row, and I know some people and some readers, and even as you're looking at this energy, it looks very scary. The Tower represents something that has to be broken down for it to be built. That's what manifestation is. Something has to be removed in order for something to come. What are we holding on to, Cancer? Whatever it is that you're holding on to, and you're holding on to it so tightly because you felt like you've put time in. You felt like that you've put in money, that you've invested in it, and you just don't want to let it go. But it is stopping you and hindering you from these blessings, from these manifestations, from this new beginning in everything pentacle, home, job, career, health. So this moment has to occur, right? Don't be afraid of this energy. Look at the very top of this card, Cancer. You see that crown? Spirit comes. Spirit has come. She has come to tell us something, right? So I hope we are focusing on that crown chakra, my dear Cancer. Now let's go into your sun energy. Your sun energy pardon me, your sun energy is that of your ego. This is where you are seen. This is also great energy for ascending signs. So if Cancer is your ascending sign, this may resonate with you more heavily. If not, find another reading that's your ascending sign, listen to that sun energy, and then that may resonate with you more. All right, let's get on with it. And we have that of the Six of Swords. I love that energy. You want to know why I love this energy? Because it's telling me that we are moving away from choppy waters. We're moving away from things that do not serve us. We're moving away from turbulence, right? And you see the calm waters. You see how much larger and expansive it is, and how it's going towards green trees and free land, right? And the protection that surrounds you. So in comparison to the center of your reading, you know, this is one to where you're protecting yourself from something, right? And I feel like you're protecting yourself from, like, you're afraid to make a bad decision. And I feel like Spirit is telling us, let's move away from those bad decisions. And not even move away from those bad decisions, move away from the thought of it being a bad decision, right? And I have that of the Hierophant and that of the Three of Pentacles. So perhaps we are moving away from a spiritual belief. Perhaps we are moving away from a job. Perhaps at our job, if you've had some turbulence, Cancer, right? Or if you've been working with the boss that hasn't been pleasant, that's been challenging, or perhaps you've been in a challenging environment, I feel like that you're going to start moving into smoother waters there. So I love this energy for you. It feels like that we are graduating into a different space, a different energy, a different frequency in our lives. Now, if we continue with this energy, right, we can expect in our immediate present that of the Wheel of Fortune. Remember how I said I'm liking this energy. We're being graduated. We're being transferred into this different energy, and that's what this Wheel of Fortune is. It is being transferred into a different energy and even into a different lifestyle, I'm feeling. And that's what that Tower energy brings too. It brings a different lifestyle, right? Because it's going to remove something. So whether it removes debt, whether it removes a relationship that didn't serve you, whether it removes a job that didn't appreciate you anyway, we are now on the upswing, and I can see that in your immediate present. And then I have that of the Queen of Cups right here in Scorpio season, right? And then this Queen of Cups, what I love about her energy, she's very maternal, she is, and she's very loving. But honey, she will turn into a lioness when you come for hers, right? And that's how I feel that you are, Cancer. I mean, that is you, right? Family is the most important to you out of all the zodiacs. They're important to all the zodiacs, don't get me wrong. But to you, you know, that spiritual, loving Cancer that typically shows up in your ego, it surprises people when you turn into like this lioness when it comes to, you know, your people, your person, your family. All right. Okay, so now I am going to pull one of the cards that I selected from my ancestral deck. I love this deck. It is so delicious. Every time I talk about this deck, I just see all of my ancestors just like back me up, and then I see them back you up. So just know that we got backup. And the first card that was pulled for you was that of the Mountains. I like to read exactly what's on the card, and it says stand your ground. So obviously there's something here, right? There's a message here, Cancer, in this way of thinking, right? And it feels like it's built out of fear, right? Stand your ground in your thought process. You're good, right? Stand your ground. If you have to shake it up, if something has to end, stand your ground. You see, when you stand your ground, if you look at this card, you see how deep those mountains run? It's just not on the surface. It's also down deep. You see? And that's, you know, and really, it brings me back to that Queen of Cups. Like on the surface, you are this loving, family-oriented person. You laugh and giggle, and people love being around you. They love your energy. But when they see that side of that protection, that mama bear, that daddy bear, right? They didn't realize that you ran so deep. Okay? I like that energy. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to make sure it was time to pull this card, and it is, because I feel like I need to address that Eight of Swords, because for sure, don't take it as your identity. It is a minor arcana, and I feel like it was just something we needed to talk about to squash, right? And the second card that I have from my ancestral deck for you is the Medicine Mother, and it says, honor your inner knowledge. Look at all that beautiful, intricate detail on her face, and all the her costume that she wears. I wouldn't even call it a costume. I mean, it's part of her, right? Your belief system and who you are becoming, because your frequency is changing. Trust it. Right? You don't have to question it. You don't have to be afraid to show it. I mean, because really, there's going to be a change for a lot of you cardinal signs, which is Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, and what's my other? Oh, that's it. Those are all my cardinals. So you guys are going to start feeling a whole lot of relief. You're going to start feeling more authentic to yourself. And it's almost like you're going to be a bit of a different person, and people are going to notice this about you. There's going to be this particular calmness about you that people never experienced before, right? So I love that energy for you. So now let's do some expansion. Oops, excuse me. I'm apologizing to my crystals. Let's expand on your moon energy. Let's see what's going on there. I feel like my husband turned down the air because, honey, I am toasty. I've talked to that man. Okie dokie. Yeah. All right. So I expanded on that Nine of Cups for you, and I got that of the Four of Swords and that of the Five of Pentacles. And it's so interesting how this is in a sequential order, 4 and 5, right? And this is energy of competition, right? And I also feel like it's like when this Cancer shows up and this new energy is presented, right? And it's a different energy, right? And it's hard to kind of touch on. Listen, Cancer, you're gonna have some haters. You're gonna have some haters because it's gonna be like this glow that you have, and it's all of a sudden you become lucky. All of a sudden, things that you said that you were gonna do, that you put on paper, that you've been talking about, those things are gonna start manifesting, and you're gonna have people saying, "No, Cancer, this is really not for you. Are you sure you really want to do that? You know what? You've changed. You're different. You used to be cool." Don't let them come for you. Don't let them put you back here, right? Don't let them dull your light. And that's what I feel like. I feel like that if we let them make us feel like our light is too bright, we'll get into that coffin, right? Because that's what that is. We'll hide that particular light. I'm going to expand on that because I want to see what message Spirit has for us with that. We have that of the Four of Wands. Let's break this down, shall we? So we have the spiritual awakening. 9 plus 2 is 11. That spiritual guidance, that is connecting with source, right? That is heightening our awareness to our intuition, right? I know you see those ones up in there, Cancer, right? Spirit just told us, connect with me. Connect with me, and we'll squash that, right? We'll squash that. Glow that crown chakra, baby. Let them hate. And I expanded on that Tower energy, and we got that of the Three of Swords. Let them hate. It might be some disappointing, there may be some disappointments of people whom you thought were your friends, people whom you thought supported you and who were your cheerleaders. And then all of a sudden they turn into your haters. And this Page of Pentacles, right? This is a beginning of new relationships, right? New endeavors. So don't worry for the ones that you lose, for the job that you lose, for the friends that you lose, right? There's something that is coming. It may be a bit slower, but that's how you want it anyway, Cancer, right? You are very uncomfortable with quick relationships. You are uncomfortable with quick money. You are uncomfortable with anything that comes too fast because you're like, suspect, right? So let it come in as a slow roll, because when it comes in as a slow roll, it lasts longer. It's purposeful. It's worth the investment, right? Speaking of, when I expand on that Ace of Pentacles, I'm going to show it to you again. When I expand to you on that Ace of Pentacles, I get that of the Seven of Pentacles. It's all about investment and reevaluating. And we get that of the Two of Wands. That's about making a decision to go on that journey, right? I feel like I need to be clearer here, because journey is such a generic term in that of new beginnings, right? So it's more than just a journey for you, Cancer. This new frequency that you're vibrating on, you have a decision to make. Do you recognize and go towards this new journey, or do you go with everyone else who just to make them feel better? And the answer is, you only have the answer, but either way, it's going to take some work and focus and investment, right? Because if you decide, like, you know what, I'm not going to shine my light because I want my lover to feel comfortable. I want the people I work with to still feel okay. I want my family members to feel like they can still, they can accept me in this dullness. That's going to take effort, because the light that is there, Spirit has it on you so hard, you're going to have to focus on dimming it, right? And let's say that you decide to shine that light. You decide to I don't know, add a couple of lanterns to it. You're like, I have the light, I'm adding more. Let's say you decide to do that. That's going to attract all these things you've been manifesting, which is going to require focus to manage those, right? Either way, Cancer, which would you rather work on? Would you rather work on dulling your light, or would you rather work on brightening your light? All right, so let's expand on your sun energy, my love. Ooh. All right, we are going to, I don't believe in any accidents, right? I just happened to look over at the last card from our ancestral deck, honey. And we got that of the Direction Guardian. What does it say there, my love? Choose your path. Choose your path. Which direction do you want to go? Do you want to dim your light, or do you want to shine it bright? Listen, Cancer, I prefer you shine it bright. I know a lot of doggone Cancers, and honey, when they are in their sun energy, look, I'm already getting the chills. My very best girlfriend is a Cancer, and I love her sun and her moon energy. Even when you're in your moon energy, Cancer, it is still so magnificent, right? So if you glow, what? Like right now, me talking about this glow in your crown chakra, I can't even handle the light that you're beaming, baby. So I'm just saying. All right, I'm getting excited and I'm hot. Yeah. Yep. Righty. So let's talk about it, shall we? So I'm expanding on that Six of Swords, and I have that of the Magician. You understand what the Magician is, right? He is the messenger from God. He is the messenger from Source. And Source says, I'm giving you all the tools to start this new beginning. I'm giving you all the tools to button up and zip up and tie up the endings. You have the sword, you have the wand, you have the pinnacle, you have the cup. You have everything you need in your spiritual toolbox. What do you want to do? Because there's a requirement. This is in your sun energy, Cancer. Something has to end. Something has to no longer be a part of your frequency, right? You see, because endings aren't necessarily cut offs. They're not necessarily like, you know what, I'm not going to fool with you anymore. I want you to move out. I want it to be done. I don't want to be a friend anymore. Sometimes it's not just that. Sometimes it's just, I'm not sharing my energy with you anymore. Doesn't mean I'm being mean or rude. Doesn't mean I'm going to start hating on you because you hating on me. Just means now I know that you were just draining my energy. You wanted to feel big and large. So you wanted to make me feel small. Got it. So I'm just going to keep my energy to myself. And because I know how source works and because I know how manifestation works, I'm still going to be your biggest cheerleader, by the way. So I expand that on the 3 of Pentacles, and I have that of the Knight of Swords and the 9 of Wands. So in a work-like environment, or any environment in which you were, I feel like you're almost in a position of, I don't know, like training, or you played like the supervisor. I almost feel like that you almost knew more than the people you actually worked for, and they depended on you for this. It's almost like you did, or you are doing what they should be doing, but they're still getting paid, you know, the CEO salary, the director salary, but you're doing all the work and they're getting all the credit. And you've been doing it for a long time. I feel like you're going to speak your truth. I feel like that frequency has changed. And not only are you shifting your energy from that organization, from that individual. I feel like it feels like it's a group of people, for a lack of a better word. I feel like there's a better way to say that, but it's not an individual. I'm feeling it's like a company. It's a business partners. There's something to where you have switched your energy because you have found your worth, and you have realized, like, okay, it doesn't matter if I rip out my heart and give you my left foot. You're still like, I need your right foot. Thank you. And something has changed where you're like, you know what? I would have given my right foot. And now I realize, like, no longer am I going to give you everything for nothing. It's like you now know your worth, and you're going to speak up about it. You know what? I want to expand on that. You've been doing the work, and they've been taking credit. They've been stealing your ideas. And they're like, yep, aren't I wonderful? Oh my gosh, I'm always thinking of all these things, right? And you're sitting back like, are you flipping kidding me? With that being said, let's expand on this Hierophant, right? And that Hierophant, and I obviously love that energy for so many reasons, right? It's that Tauran energy. Tauran energy is that about, finances. That particular card in tarot can relate to religion, companies, organizations, right? And the reason I'm mentioning all of those things, because I want it to be able to resonate with you, Cancer. So I'm saying them so you can grab onto it and say, yes, that's mine. Because I want this message to get through to, it is so important that this message gets through to you, right? So when I expand on that five of Hierophant, I get that of the Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So again, I am back at you were that ride or die. You would exhaust yourself without any recognition. And that Two of Pentacles is telling me you're kind of weighing your options now, because you have kind of, you're not embarrassed anymore about how worthy you are, right? Some of us are going to stay dimmed. Cancer, I wish you wouldn't do it, but some of us are going to stay dimmed. But those of you who recognize your light, you're like weighing your options, you're weighing your pros and cons, like, how do I approach this? And that's what that Knight of Swords is about. Not only am I going to approach it, but I'm going to come in here with receipts on it. It was my idea. Those were my ideas. Those were my sales. That was the organization I started, right? I'm the one that pushed this thing forward. And, you know, over there took them and said they were his. She said they were hers, right? And then with that Emperor energy, come on, honey. The thing with the Emperor, let's talk about it. It is the number 4 in tarot. We are in the year of the Emperor, and honey, you know how this year has been going, right? It's all about creating and recognizing stability. And let's talk about that. How do you create stability on a table that is rickety? You turn it upside down and you get to work. And every once in a while, you got to keep turning it over and putting it back on its 4 legs, and you test it, you push it, right? Does it make that table any weaker, or is that table getting stronger? That table is getting stronger. This Emperor, he was not appointed to this position. He was put in that position by his people. You were put in this position by Source. You were put in this position to say, look, I've been through battles. I've been through hardships, and I showed up every day. You can tell that by that armor that he wears, that he still recognizes where he came from, and it doesn't change him just because he's sitting on that throne and he's wearing that cape. I feel that Emperor energy for you, Cancer. Ooh, if you are new to this channel, you have to know I get very emotional. I'm already starting to tear up. I'm an emotional being. I'm very sorry. So let's expand on your immediate present, right? There's some absolute wonderful energy here with that Wheel of Fortune and that Queen of Cups. So we have some, like we didn't know that, right? Honey, your future looks bright, okay? Your future looks bright. I'm feeling like you've shifted your energy here, Cancer. So I expanded on that Wheel of Fortune. I have that of the 6 of Pentacles along with the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely an offer that's going to be happening here. And I don't know if you're going to be making this offer, right? So I don't know if you're going to be making an offer or offer is going to be given to you. Let's expand on that. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so I expanded on that and I got that of the 7 of Wands, right? Is that the 7 of Wands? 7 of Wands. So the energy I got here, for those of us who it is work related, it's like you're going to tell your truth. You're going to come with your receipts. You're going to be like, look, I've been working this whole time. Beat down, beat up. I've been going through all this stuff and still showed up. Still wasn't being recognized for my work, right? And you can tell the work that this person has been doing. I can tell the work that you've been doing, Cancer, because he is on top of that hill, still fighting the good fight. And you can tell he ran out the door so fast, he couldn't even find the right shoes and didn't care. See how his shoes don't even match? Because it was about the war, it was about the battle, it was about getting it done at any cost. And when you go to the powers that be, and you say, look, I now know my worth. Pay me. Promote me. Move me up. Give me my own. Right? So I feel that. And for those of you who are in relationships, right? And I feel like that some of you, I don't like to do relationship readings too often. Which is probably why you don't hear me very often in my readings. But I can't ignore what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. For those of you who are leaving a relationship, right? One will soon come out. It won't come soon after, because I feel like that you're going to have to work on you first. but there's going to be a relationship that will slowly build up into something. And for those of you who left this relationship, or you gave an ultimatum, right? I feel like you're still going to be the one still defending the relationship, still defending why you should be together. Cancer, your light is too bright for that tomfoolery. Let's continue. I got in that energy for a minute, and I started getting defensive. I started jumping in front of you, Cancer, like she is too good. He is too good for this crap. Get it together. It's Cancer, by the way. Anyway, Queen of Cups. We have that of the Nine of Pentacles and that of the World card. So there's a new cycle that is happening here. We did have the... Am I making stuff up? I'm making stuff up. All right. So we have the World card here with the Nine of Pentacles, and one of my favorite energies and one of my biggest wishes for the collective is to always go towards their authentic self. When you get toward your authenticity, you have the most finest, delicious, delectable, is that a word? Amount of peace, right? And not to mention, it brings you closer to source. In order to get to your authentic self, it requires compassion, love, self-awareness, right? So this new cycle is happening for you because I can see it because we have the Death in your immediate present. We have the Tower card that's happening in your moon energy. And for the World card to show up in your immediate present is telling me it's time for something new. It's this new light, it's this new frequency. This is my authentic self world. And I expanded on your center card, which was that Eight of Swords, right? I expanded on that. And we got that of the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So for this to round up your reading, the Chariot represents the Cancer, honey. Your light is so bright. I'm telling you, your light is so bright. For you to say, you know what? I am the cherry on top. I am the crown chakra. Thank you. Right? And for us to have this energy here, the King of Pentacles, and then we have that of the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you are going to get some messages. You're going to get some from unfamiliar sources, something that you didn't expect, right? That is going to add to your, I don't want to say financial stability, to your legacy. Boom, that's what I want to say. It's going to add to your legacy. Whatever it is that you're working on and transitioning it into now, Cancer, it is going to affect a big portion of the rest of your life. Starting now, starting in November, December, January, you're going to see this amazing movement depending on the decision that you make, depending on the path you decide to go down. Which one do you choose? I don't think we need to talk about that anymore, right? We're done. Ken's just like, I get it. Thank you. Got it. All right, so my love, we are going to pick your angel card. So this is also another piece of energy and light that we want to focus on for the month of November for you. And let's see what Spirit has for us, for you. And it is, it is blank. Honey, if that is not, these angel cards are always on point. Which direction do you want to choose? Source and Spirit is leaving it up to you. Choose a path. We have given you a blank check, a blank card. What direction do you want to go in, Cancer? Listen, that is all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If you would consider coming to see me again next month, I would truly enjoy that. Even subscribe if your heart is telling you, yes, I want to see her again. Be on the lookout for uploads probably a week after these that I'm going to specifically talk in detail about your chakra card that we pulled. I just want you to have a really good, delicious understanding of that so you can work on that energy.